Well, welcome to beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona in the middle of summer where it'll hit a good 100 and, well, it probably won't go past about 110 today because it's cloudy, but it'll break 120 this summer. Uh, we have a lot to go over, a lot, okay? This is the first seminar done on this. This is all based on discoveries of mind, theories of mind, doctrine of mind. I've been doing this a long time. I've been screwing with lawyers and judges most of my life. Don't like them. So I have my own way of dealing with them. Got involved in the mortgage thing a while back. Found a lot of errors. We used to have kind of our own little real estate business, did a lot of mortgages, sold a lot of homes, turned a lot of people into investors, and then all of this happened. And so I kind of wanted to figure out a way to save all of our people. And we're pretty much there. There's a lot that you have to learn. The problem is, the reason why nobody's really learning much is because of all the lies out there. This show me the note thing really destroyed just about everybody. It created a lot of bad precedents, created a lot of useless arguments. There's fundamentally no basis in law in any state in this country to demand showing the note. Do y'all understand that? I'm going to tell you exactly why. And then after that, we'll really, I'll go through some introductions and stuff. But here's what you've got to put in your head. If you're going to learn this stuff, you're going to learn it correctly. A foreclosure is based on a power of sale clause in the deed of trust. It is not, I repeat, it is not the redemption of a promissory note. Do you understand that? The note has nothing to do with the foreclosure. It's got a lot to do with the crimes that they commit so that you can stop them from foreclosing, but the foreclosure itself has nothing to do with the note. It is not a redemption of the note. It is a enforcement of a power of sale clause in the deed of trust. Does everybody get that? Because if you don't get that, raise your hand right now, because you will not understand everything that we're going to go over today. The note has nothing to do with anything other than proving that the deed of trust is invalid and that they are committing crimes against you. Yes. Okay, deed of trust, mortgages, really the only fundamental basic difference of a deed of trust and a mortgage is the abject title involved, and that's it. Yeah, John. Oh. Okay. So before we get started, I'd like to introduce some people. We've got Andy and Patrick back, and they've donated their time and the equipment to make all of this happen. Got one of my favorite people in the world back there, Joan, who's filming us wearing the Ohm button. Done a lot of help. Scott, Laura, and Dave back there, making sure you guys can get what you need. Mike's primary function in life is to make sure I can go out dancing, get drunk, and get home without getting arrested. That is a full-time, very dangerous job. Oh, yes. I'm literally a dancing fool, and I have no issues with Jack Daniels. Then we have Cindy, does an awful lot of help for all of us. Monroe's been a great asset. And I got this covered. And Nancy is pretty new to all of this and has just been incredible. When you see documents that have been described and cleaned up, Nancy's pretty much the one doing that. That's a lot of work, guys. She deserves a big round of applause, too. In the back, if you'd please stand, we have Bill McCaffrey. An utter genius in this banking stuff. When he talks, listen. You're going to learn stuff from this man you will not ever learn anywhere else. Pay attention. I suggest that you take everything that you think you know and set it aside. It's all wrong. I promise you that. What you think you know is wrong. None of what you've read on the internet, none of what you presume in law is correct. How many of you go and watch court cases? Okay. Very few of you. Doing this and not going a couple times every week and watching a court case would be like buying Bruce Lee's complete library, watching it, and going and pissing off Mike Tyson. You're going to get your butt kicked. You have to, guys. The court is not a fun place to be. And it can be very intimidating. I do very well in court because I have an undying hatred for these people. And I inform them of that. They don't appreciate it, and usually they get up and leave. And I'm okay with that. You perhaps, if you don't have enough practice, won't be able to do that. I had a federal case, what was it, July 2nd, and this judge has some real issues with the whole I hate the Constitution, I hate America thing. That's why she's a judge, because she hates the Constitution, hates America. So I straightened her out on those aspects, and I don't think she appreciated it, so she left. I don't expect any of you to be able to do that. What I do expect you to do if you want to win is to practice. If you're not willing to go and watch court cases and get together with your friends and practice, guys, I wouldn't do this. Okay? Court is very intimidating. So we have the introduction. I've got kind of a little outline here. I am really not, this is the first time I've done this. So I've made it some things to help all of us kind of get through this. Now, we can jump right into it, or would you, and we'll do this by a vote of hands, would you like me to take about 15 minutes, explain who I am and how this all got started, or do you want me to just go into this? Okay, just go into it, raise your hands. You want me to tell you who I am and all that other kind of... Okay, it looks like just go into it, won by a landslide, and believe me, I'm fine with that. Okay, you have in front of you a book. And it's got a little bit of an insert in there. The insert is just an explanation on kind of the process to get the complaint filed. There's some good information in there, process server stuff, some addresses. Cindy actually made that up. So when you go to file your complaint, excuse me, there's it's not like you just run down a court and file a document. Okay? You got to file a civil cover sheet. You've got to pay some money. You got to get people served. There's what's called service of process. That just goes into a quick explanation of that. So you might remind me right before break. We'll do the postcards. Okay, and the thing for Shannon. Okay. Oh, I've got to do this whole legal disclaimer thing. This is not legal advice, education, and entertainment, free speech, blah, blah, blah. Raise your hands if you agree this is not legal advice. Everybody raise your hands. Okay. It's all on videotape. There you okay. So we're going to kind of get started on the doctrine of why this has the effect that it does. So I put a lot of space in there for you to make notes. Follow along in your book. Make your notes there. We did that book so that you'll have it and you can go back through this in your own words. Now, going to do a little demonstration here. You know what? I probably have enough room up here. Oh, by the way, you have a CD on your desk that's got a lot of stuff in it, an awful lot of stuff. The latest complaint, which we wanted to get down to 10 pages, we couldn't. The smallest we could get it is 30 pages because 20 pages of it is the crimes they committed. You know, we could make it shorter if they committed less crimes. And that's pretty much what we say to the judge. If you want this thing shorter, tell them to quit committing so many crimes. I think it says a new complaint. Larry, where's Larry? Where is Larry from Oregon or Washington? Oh, you printed it out, right? Okay. So if you want to take a break and talk to Larry and take a look at the hard copy of it, but you can, those of you with laptops, you can load it up, and it's a very, very succinct document, especially if you look at the prefatory statement, which is right after the caption set. That should be all you need, really. That just lists, says, hey, you guys are lying, you're done. But the document shows you how to go through and fill in, you know, what bank did what, who committed what crime. That's real important in a legal situation or a legal setting. Now, this is the whole hands-on sort of thing. The reason I did this is people have a hard time grasping the intellectual aspect of this. So we're going to do a little hands-on thing. We're going to do this at the beginning so you can get this in your head. If you don't understand what we do right now, you're never going to understand the rest of it. How many people have studied, like, all of these patriot myths? Oh, let me give you a caveat here. I grew up in that world. I started on the patriot side when I was 12 years old. I'm 48 now. I got 36 years in that whole patriot thing. Between the Birchers and everybody else, I'm real familiar with the truth. So I just don't play the whole myth thing. How many of you are familiar with all these insane concepts like except for value, secured party creditor, all this other bizarre stuff? I just want to get a feeling for the room. So please raise your hand. So, okay, so most of you. Now, accepted for value can work if done properly. There's a handful of people that know how to do it. I know most of them. The secured party creditor won't have nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Take your chances on that one. But please, for now, set all of that stuff aside. That won't fly in court. It won't. I go to court a lot. I see people go to jail over it. I won't touch it.